Yes. And what kind of reaction do you get when your guest knows you're putting the emotion into that haircut?
You can feel it.
Yeah, you can feel
The
it.
energy.
Yes. Is she excited?
Yes.
Is she willing to say, wow, you are so awesome, and tell people about you?
You gain that trust.
Absolutely. Great. High five. Woo! Okay. Permission to move on. Okay. That's basically it. The next levels after that are all the different techniques. But I'm going to go into the demo because we love to actually see versus just keep talking, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what we're going to do is, this is Bridget. Say hi, Bridget.
Hi, Bridget.
Hey, Bridget. What's up?
Bridget is such a good guest. She's always on time.
All right.
She loves to be read. So we already know her emotion is pretty fun, right? Because she's a redhead. And we section this out very simply. Let me just...
Oh, she's
Get it
excited.
So we washed her with Purify. We hydrated her. We used a little HydroCure on her to deep condition. And then we ended it with the Hydrate Condition. So she has nice shiny hair. She's already been colored. But what we're going to do, since this is a demo, is I just want to show you, we just sectioned her off from the roundness of the bone to her crown and the other side. A good way of knowing where that is to place the comb where?
Oh.
Sideways, right? Another way that shows us on the face is
Eyebrow.
the brow, okay? So that's centered. And then we're gonna go down to the center back. And we're going to clip out of the way the other sections, okay? So let me clean this up a little bit because I unclipped her. Okay, that's a little neater. So you can see how she's clipped. So let's get another visual of that. And I have a mannequin over here, which I love because it shows the visual. So when you section it, we section the front, the top, and the crown away. That's the first section, right? And then we just sectioned the center back. The sides and the back sides are clipped away. Okay, I'll put her over here. Does anyone have any questions?
No.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we're not going to put in, this is a long haircut. This is a haircut that can be worn 3 different ways. I have a little lookbook here that I can pass around. Let's see. And the lookbook is called, or the haircut is called Glam Chic, and you can wear it short, you can wear it medium, and you can wear it long. I've done this haircut on many different people, and what they love about it is limited amount of layers. Limited amount of layers, okay? When someone has long hair, because we're going to do the long hair version, when someone has long hair, what is the one thing they want to do all the time? A ponytail. And when you give them too many layers on the sides, do they like it or do they generally not like it?
Not like it.
They don't like it because sometimes a piece can be separated. So this is the type of haircut that she can pull back and wear long, and it works great on many different textures of hair and also lengths. Okay, Glam Chic. So, any questions so far?
No.
Okay. So put that over there. I've already wet her, and I've already prepped her with Fanatic 21, which is our primer, and that's a product that does 21 fabulous things. It primes, protects, and perfects. Great right before you do a haircut because the hair is still wet, ladies. Is it dry or wet?
Wet.
It's still wet. So it keeps it nice and wet, and it's a great detangler. Yes?
Is it a leave-in conditioner?
It's a leave-in conditioner. It has a sunscreen in it. It helps to preserve your color because we just did her color. And it's a great cutting tool. It
Do you like
here.
to use?
You can look at that. Pass it around for everyone.
But do you generally always use that to cut? Do you get
Always.
butter?
Always. I always use it to cut. Now, if you put too much on, it's going to get a little too much. Now, remember, you are responsible for your own learning. So that means if you can't see, and if you want to stand over here, stand behind me, you can do so. Anyone can do that in the audience. So, we're not going to do a perimeter at first because we want to just keep this as long as possible. And what we want to do is take a center piece down the trunk of the hair, center down the trunk. I'm going to get my little single clips and put them on me. So go down the center back and just do a little clip over here to the right side and down the center back and clip to the left. Now, if my camera lady needs to move around, that would be great because the lighting here is such. So what we want to do is we want to stand either horizontal to our section or our feet need to be vertical. Why?
Positioning?
Positioning. Why is positioning important? If I'm like this,
Your shoulders.
why is that bad if I take this straight out from the head? Not so is incorrect.
You're not even.
You're not even, so is that going to make the sections not even? Correct. So body positioning is really very, very important when you do precision hair cutting. Okay? So I'm going to stand like this. I'm going to pick up the section. And I'm going to go 90 straight out from the head. 90 means square. Straight out from the head. Straight out from the head. And I'm just going to chip right into it to soften the edges. Oops. Sorry about that. Okay? Whatever falls down underneath the occipital is fine because we want to keep the hair long. Drop it down. I'm going to start going to my left. Take the next section. Clip it out of the way. Remember, this is only the center, back, bottom, and top that we're doing. Everything else is clipped out of the way. Going straight out from the head and a little bit shifted to the previous section. Just a little to the previous.
To the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Just a little. Now my eyes are changing, so I have to lift up my glasses just so I can see.
And you're following
The design line from before down to the previous. Drop out. Every section is the same. Take the clip out. This is your last section. Straight out from the head, a little bit to the previous.
but not all
Cut
the
out.
way to the middle.
No, not to the center trunk. No, not to the center trunk. Thank you for that. Just to the previous.
Oh, okay. You're following the one. Got it.
So this is my first. To the previous. Boop. To the previous. Boop. To the previous. Boop. Just a little. Okay? Now, I did vertical to remove weight. To cross check, what do? We check it what?
Horizontal.
Yes, so pick up that section. And that will show you if you have any little bumps. Oh, I don't have any bumps. I'm good. Permission to move on, right? We've done it. We're done with that section. We move on to our right. I did the left section. My right foot was towards. Now I'm going to my right section. My left foot has to be
In front.
in front of where I'm going. Okay? Bring it all the way down vertically. Now you already have your center trunk because it's right here.
So you're using
cut it.
that as your guide?
That is your guide. You pick it up. Excuse me, let me just get this out of the way. Okay, we pick it up. We can look. Boom, there it is. Cut. Low point cutting. I call it chippy, chippy, chippy. Just chippy, chippy, chippy. Okay, just a little. Bring it all the way down. Use this as your guide. Use your fingers as your guide. Okay? Like this. All the way down to be nice and neat. When you're more methodical and you're neater, your haircuts turn out what?
More precise.
More precise. So there's less, you know, really cross-checking because you're being deliberate in what you're doing already. Okay? And that will be very, very important when we do that disconnected haircut. Okay? So keep that in mind.
The
In all
preciseness.
haircuts. Yeah. So pick up your section. Go a little bit to the previous. And you point cut. The last section. I love these clips, by the way, too, because they're not bulky. They work on great on every hair type and texture. Tools are very important. Also, your comb, how big your comb are. Okay? Your comb should be about as big as your hand if you want precise haircuts. About as big as your hand, everyone. If you're using very, very large combs and you have very small hands, are you going to have, could you have problems with that because the comb is too big for your small hand? Right? Could have big problems because the comb is bigger. So think about that when you're doing precision haircuts. Last section, we're going to go what? Vertical, and we're going to go to the what? Everyone.
Back to the
Previous.
section.
Right, thank you.
Find your guide.
Find your guide.
Now, when you check that horizontally,
Mm-hmm.
do you make sure to not pick up the bottom layer?
Yeah, I
'Cause
don't need to because I dropped it out, right?
Yes.
Correct, yes. So I have a little bit of here. That's it. I am now done with that section. I am complete. Okay? Now we go to the top. The top goal is to create layers on the top, but to keep some layering in the front. Or some longer pieces in the front. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take a horizontal line, a what?
Horizontal line.
Horizontal line, and we're going to pick it up and we're going to use our last section that we used in the center back. That is our guide. This is our guide. Can everyone see it? This is our guide.
Yes.
Okay? If you're all with me, say yes.
Yes.
Okay. You understand? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to bring it up.
So
You
what
gonna
degree
see it?
is that?
This is,
Or
who
is
can
that
share? What degree is this?
90, but horizontal.
It's not 90 from the head,
Oh.
right? Well, it's a little bit down too. A little bit more over direction. So, when you look at this, my body is horizontal. My feet are what?
In front of.
Are they horizontal or linear? Like this?
They're horizontal.
Okay, so mimic the section that you're in. Mimic the section. You're doing horizontal, so stand horizontally. Take another section.
And are you bringing it back?
We're gonna, okay, every subsequent section goes a little bit further up. Okay, so let me show you. We're gonna go a little further up, but then we're gonna go a little down to the previous. Just a smidge.
To the previous. That's
Just
what
to the previous.
Is that considered a moving guide?
This is a moving guide. Correct. It is a moving guide.